All right. Where would we like to pick up? Where would we like to?
Perfection.
Perfection. Okay.
What is
We're gonna be here quite
perfection?
so we're gonna start from the top.
Yeah.
What is perfection?
What
I
is
don't think it can be
perfection?
reached. Really, it's just some kind of word that people just saw too many Disney movies and they think it's some kind of thing that
Disney
exists.
movies?
Yeah, that's what I think. Like in reality, there's no such thing as perfection. It's literally just a word.
Mm.
Like maybe a diamond could be perfect, or a Lamborghini could be perfect, or
Right.
like there's things that can be perfect, but people and people's lives are not perfect. There's nobody has a perfect life. It doesn't exist.
But you make it perfect in a way for that.
You can create an artistic life which is perfect for your creation, but in other words, I don't think it can be like perfect. Like
But
she's over here. She's over here.
to you, it's perfect. To you, it's perfect.
Okay, and in that term, then yes, the perfection can exist.
Because you
got the highest ground here. You win the point.
You
win the point.
Lala.
Wait, it's over?
I'm like, okay.
You win the point, and you go, la, it's over? You're not even going to expand it?
I win.
Okay, people, in conclusion, perfection is subjective, and by default, we're imperfect, but we make our own truth.
You make your own perfections in a way where you set a target and you make it perfect to go to that target where you cook people out of your life. You make sacrifices. Your discipline makes it perfect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But I over here could say, oh, Nicole's life is so imperfect,
Right.
or in my standard,
Right.
our standards are different.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that subjective truth comes into play.
Love it. Well, the reason, okay, next one. Reality versus perspective.
I guess we kind of already talked about
Yeah. That was part of the
Uh-huh.
perfection.
impulses versus intent.
Okay. Who wants to pick that one?
Impulses. Oh my god. Who's impulsive here?
I think maybe I don't think I'm too impulsive. Do you think so?
In a positive way.
In a positive way?
Because you make action. Impulsive is action. You know what I mean? But impulsive.
I thought
is
impulsive
action.
more like action that wasn't really thought out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm not very impulsive.
For me, it's more of an urge, but using my intent behind that, the impulse is what drives me, and the intent is what keeps me on my path.
Yeah, but it's a it's a lack of self control. But you have self control, so like impulsive.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really. So remember that dark side I told y'all about.
I would say I was at one point a little bit more impulsive, but I learned to be more disciplined because I think impulse, typically when it's not regulated, tends to get you off track from like your long-term visions. That's the general gist of it, in my sincere view.
I agree.
Mhm.
I agree. Being impulsive is actually like a little bit of good because it's a quick decision maker, especially if you're really like indecisive. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you're impulsive and you have control of mind, you're emotionally intelligent. You make decisions quick. You're like, okay, I want this done. I want this done. Yes, no.
Mm-hmm.
This here, that there. You get me?
I do like that. I do like that aspect.
Yeah,
If you use it correctly, that's great. I do think you're on a diet. I want a donut. That's an impulse. You eat the donut. Now you're off track.
Yeah.
That's kind of how.
And
To me,
it's
people
great.
typically impulsively eat,
Yeah.
impulsively do things, impulsively do drugs.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of where I think impulses generally tend to go. But you are right. If you can channel your instincts to be aligned with impulses and your overall vision, that's a very strong position. Yes.
Yeah, that's whenever you use like your animalistic instinct, that impulse, that urge, and then you
No, not right
use
now. Not right now. Nope.
and then you use your mentality and you harvest that with your intent. You use that for your own benefit.
I'm sorry, Danielle. Put the lighter down. You're gonna light your pants on fire. You're gonna light your shirt on fire.
This
You're
is
gonna
not the
start
time. This is not the
a
time.
fire.
This is not the time. You need to focus.
I can't.
I think you need to focus.
You need to focus. You're the one that's lighting
I was
everything.
talking and I got off track because I heard
The lighter, yeah.
Okay,
Put the lighter
what's
down.
next? What's next?
self-control versus comfort. So
So I feel like having self control.
You know what? That was an impulse. See?
and now you have the
Perfectly
self-control
meta.
to put away.
There you go. Based upon that, I'll stop doing it because that was an impulse.
Okay, but when your shirt lights on fire. That was an impulse.
What's next?
Okay, so self-control versus comfort. So basically, Jacob was talking about junk food. Do you want to tell them what you told me, Nicole?
Oh, well, I've told clients for a long time that one of the best ways to stop eating junk food is to stop buying it.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, it's that simple. Like, if you can't do that, or your diet's screwed, because, like, say you're buying Oreos on the weekend, you're like, I'm not gonna eat them. It's like you probably will.
Mm-hmm.
You probably will.
It's in your cup. happen.
Yeah.
It's really tempting, and you have self-control.
And you also bought them.
Yeah, and
You
you waste
now-
money.
You put your money into them, and you want them.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I spent my money on them, and I want them. Oh, you're screwed, bro. You're gonna eat them.
For sure, but that action came out of a sense of comfort. You're okay with doing that action.
Never get comfortable in a way. Never get comfortable because
When you have self-control, the part of you that wants to be comfortable, you want to run back to your old ways. But to develop self-control, you have to start making decisions for yourself, such as not buying the junk food, so that then you start cultivating that mindset, if that makes sense. But there's always going to be that side of you that wants to kind of go back, like, oh, like just one Oreo would be nice right now. You have to tell that side of you no, because then you get the self-control, and it's a constant process that you have to build upon.
yeah, and then someone says like, oh, like 2 Oreos is fine. Like, no, they want you to fail. They want you fat.
The next topic I feel is the best one that I'm really excited about. It's called validation, or in the what? Validation is the main topic. Is there something else there?
Validation.
It's just validation.
Okay, so to me, I've seen this term used. This is how deep I go back with this one. This is like 10 years ago. Somebody I knew, we were at a party, and we knew each other through a business networking thing, and we were in Austin. And after the party, he was not sober. I'll give him that much. And he was at his fence, at his house, outside his house, on a fence, whispering, saying these things to himself. I don't need validation. I don't need validation. I don't need validation. And that's that. So again, my opinion on this word, it's actually pretty loaded. So this goes back 10 years. And so when I see people use it so readily, like that person needs validation, that person, it's like there's this also kind of an obsession with the term, where people are now using it as a way to bring others down. Like that person needs validation, but it is deeper. I think we're headed at a time where there's a lot of studied psychology. There's a lot of TikTok videos going viral. A lot of people not really wanting to pay for psychotherapy that have TikTok, and they just sort of like jump the gun and use these terms they're very powerful. And yes, a lot of people need validation, and it has to be addressed. But now it becomes sort of an insult, like, oh, Sherry over there just needs validation. It's like, did you really analyze that, or did you just feel good are you getting validation, pointing a finger at Sherry, and that's really what this is about on some level? Makes sense?
Yeah.
So it becomes a very layered meta word, right? Where it's now, how deep are we really going? Because we're going to go deep. Let's go all the way deep, right? Let's go all the way to the core, so we can now really examine everything about the word, not just comfortably like throwing that on people, going that person needs validation. And I'm just saying, because it's so quick, it becomes like a trigger word, like that person needs validation. That person needs validation. It's like, okay, did you really examine yourself before you said that? Because I think whenever I hear it spoken, it's always quick. It's never like, I've been observing this person for about 3 months. They've done these following things. Yeah. Because of these things, I don't like saying this. In all sincerity, I've even talked to somebody else that's an expert about this, and it pains me to say that I think that they're acting from a place of validation. And I'm going to see what I could do to make them, maybe give them some insight to make it feel better. Does that make sense? It's never like that. It's always like that person's validation. Like, you get it? And that's what I'm saying, that it's like, it's such a good, powerful conversation. My friend, he had been doing some inner work. He was going through psychotherapy. So I knew he was using it as a tool to kind of go to that place that he was trying to eliminate within himself, right? But I don't think that that's where we're at. I think it's almost like the word became trendy unto itself, and thus fueling, ironically speaking, becoming a meta word that is now driving validation. And therefore, I think it's an amazing topic, and I'm so excited we brought it up.
Yeah, but I want to speak to a friend who's eliminating that side of himself that's seeking that validation.
Yeah.
Because I realized who I surround myself with, I view them and their goals as in alignment with mine. So whenever I'm asking their opinion, I want their sincerity, not their validation. Because if I genuinely don't know what my next course of action is going to be, I'm going to come to Nicole because I trust her, because I've seen her dark side and I've seen her goals, and they both align with mine. So that adjacency lets me know that I can come to her for that sincere opinion Nicole, should I do this? Yes or no? She's gonna tell me straight up, no sugarcoating. But there's people out there that want that sugar-coated non-truth spoken to them, and that's the validation that they're seeking. They're seeking the yes man. But no
Yes,
one likes
and that does exist. All I'm saying is that
They want emotional support. They want
yeah,
emotional
but we
support.
all want.
They want belonging. They want
I want emotional support. I'm not gonna go emotional support. Yuck.
But-
Like what?
no,
Like come on, like it's like
no,
bullshit.
no,
That's what I'm saying. Like there's a level of it where it's like it's unhealthy to use that word so much and almost like guilt
Yeah.
other people into wanting like sincere human connection too. And that's what I'm saying. I think it's becoming this weird like internet meta trend to be like, I'm sensing that. I'm trying. This is a 10-year observation of this word. This isn't a 1 week. Oh, you mentioned it. Oh, no. This is a 10-year observation of the word and its growth.
Yeah, of course, everyone wants emotional support. Everyone wants belonging and acceptance, but in a way where it's a lie. It's a lie, and you're putting them in that box, in that bubble, and you're not seeing from outer like point of views. You're telling them like, oh, okay, well, it's okay. Like you're fine. Like you're doing okay. Like,
Yeah.
You know, it's like bullshit.
Yeah, and I almost want to oppose Jacob by saying I think that it's a good thing that we're bringing this word up, though. Because
I said
now
it's a
we're
great
having-
thing. I said it's a great thing. You're not opposing me.
Yeah.
You're agreeing with me.
Okay, then I agree with him because we're having these conversations, but then that leads someone to do some inner self work and eliminate that side of themselves. Because I do think there's a lot of people out here seeking that validation. So whenever you get told you're seeking validation, whether it's true or not, you're gonna ask yourself, well, am I? And if the answer is yes, then you can transform your life.
I would
Start living for you.
I would say, watch, what I'm about to say is kind of the most controversial thing I could come up with today. It's this. It's that I know I don't need validation to the point that I'm so happy to admit, hey, if I have 1% need for validation, I'll claim it. Because that's how much I don't need it. But it's become such a negative connotation that's like, sure, I need 10% validation. Like, I don't even care. It's just becoming so extra, like, validation. It's like, dude, you're pushing it way too far.
Being weaponized.
Yeah, it's being weaponized. Where it's like, dude, I don't want no part of that. This was supposed to be some inner work. And now it's like, validation, they need validation. It's like, dude, you found one word on TikTok.
And narcissism.
And now everybody, and narcissism on TikTok, like people are, I was saying there's this meta-ness occurring where people are now taking these powerful concepts and now using it to do the exact same thing they're saying they're against.
Speaking of TikTok.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of weird?
Yes, but speaking of TikTok, gaslighting is another thing that people just throw around a lot.
Gaslight, especially like when I'm very confused and I don't know like if it's the truth or not, and they say that I'm a gaslighter, but in a way, I just don't know, and I'm just trying to confirm it. You know?
Is this what if is it gaslighting? Is gaslighting leading someone on and then pretending that you never did? Is that gaslighting?
What do you mean? Give me an example.
Okay, let's say you lead somebody on, you make them think that they're special, blah blah blah, and then you make them, and then like next week you say, what? That was what?
I wasn't leading you on.
Is that gaslighting?
That is gaslighting.
Yeah, because you're
Okay, 'cause that's what I do. Joke. That's a joke.
That better be. because
No, it's a.
that better be.
Narcissist.
It's definitely a
Like you
joke.
narcissistic bit.
No, that's right. Like I said, I didn't even know this was a gaslighting, but I would assume that's
a gaslighting, because gaslighting is a form of psychology manipulation. It's a
Yeah,
form of
no.
confusion.
I think that's one of the. I don't think there's anything more cruel emotionally to do to the person.
Then gaslighting.
Yeah, well, especially in a romantic context, like that's pretty cruel. Because now you're compounding. What if that person just needed a little validation? Now you're going to take that little, hey, yeah, I would like to feel good. Like, what I'm saying is, look, watch. This is what I mean by people. We're living in a time where people walk around being like, they need validation. Bro, like, can I tell you something? Validation. You know what I mean? Like, when it's like, but everybody's walking around like, they need validation. It's like, oh, stop. You're not 100% free of needing validation. Right? You get me? But it just becomes like this thing where it's like everybody's busy being TikTok ready to be like, they need validation, and guess what that means? I do not. It's like the position you are doing, that whole posturing comes from, are you ready? I need a validation.
Yeah. But tying in gaslighting, I want to say people are substituting the word invalidating someone for gaslighting someone. If like an example would be Jacob tells me something that he's sad about, and I tell him, well, it's not that big of a deal, suck it up. I'm not fully telling him that didn't happen to him. That would be gaslighting, and that would be a long-term form of manipulation. But if I told him like it's not that deep, then I'm just telling him like oh, like I don't think.
I didn't even know. I
valid.
zoned out. I zoned out thinking about some shit. I honestly zoned out. Would you rewind that like 30 seconds? What? No, I was thinking about.
Oh, I get you. I get you.
Stop,
I
stop.
get you, baby. He's a bad man.
That was funny. It was funny. Whatever.
It's not funny to me, and now you're validating my feelings. You're a gaslighter
And a narcissist. And a narcissist.
Well played. That was a good scene. That was a good scene.
She basically said that in a way where people are getting confused by invalidation, like not validating someone and gaslighting. So you tell me like, hey, like, your dog died, you know, because and you knew it was gonna die, and I told you, hey, like, you know, it's okay, like it's not that like serious, like you have other stuff to think about, like you knew he was gonna die soon. I mean, of course I'm gonna support you, right? But in a way that I'm not gonna like gaslighting is in a way when I'm telling you like, no, like he didn't die, you know.
Your dog's not dead. What are you talking about?
He's always in your life, like he's always like in a way where it's like people say that, oh, like he's always with you and you're always gonna.
Gaslighting is probably the trickiest of all the words, I think, because it's sort of like, I don't know.
Ah.
It kind of makes you go like, what just happened? What just happened? Yeah, like I'm being sincere. Like it
Danny explained it better.
I think I don't know if I don't think I've been gaslit in my life.
You have.
You think so?
Definitely.
Yeah,
And the fact that you don't know
that
is
you don't
because
know.
it was so good.
Like the fact that I was trying to gaslight you earlier and you didn't know.
But that was a joke.
Yeah,
No, but
you
you
didn't
didn't know
know.
at
You didn't know.
Oh, but I usually know. Like your joke was good, and I didn't know. But you usually know when people are joking. You got away with the joke, and good thing it was a joke.
But that happens. That's a real life thing that happens.
No, but see how life feels. You know I'm telling the truth because if the truth feels like that, it's almost like.
Oh my gosh, Jacob.
When you say that, it kind of like okay, that wasn't that exciting.
Oh my god. No, but in a way, but yeah, everyone's been gaslighted, especially me. Recently, I've kind of studied like a past date of mine, a relationship, where I literally saw that person do what I know he did, and he did it right in front of me. He like even my whole family knows what he did, everything, and he lied to me and like he gaslighted me in a way where I was like, dude, like, am I crazy?
Mhm.
Like, am I fucking crazy? Like, in a way, like I've been a gaslighter. I've been a gaslightee, which is like
she's going to the now the gaslight gaslighter. I know all the variables.
Dude, I read a book.
I don't know. The gaslighting thing is I was telling Nicole and Danielle, like the gaslight word, narcissist, and validation. Those are three words that I've seen really gain a lot of steam. Last 5 years, gaslighting, validation kind of came up slowly, but you know, I don't know. I'm totally okay with the words. It's more, I think. I feel they're overused, so that now every time someone uses it, I feel like there's a lot of people that know narcissists now. That it's almost like it dilutes the word.
Well, tell me what a narcissist is, because a lot of people get confused from a selfish person from a narcissist.
A narcissist person has grandiosity. They have no empathy. They have fantasies of success, power, and beauty. I think what I'm getting is like I want power and beauty and success. That you probably want it. You probably want it. It doesn't make you a narcissist. I think it's the fantasy or like you have no substance and you're willing to hurt others with your lack of substance. You're not willing to work for it. You're not willing to work for it. You're not willing to put in the work. Yeah. So I think those are the main metrics, and then hurt others in the process. Like that's what it's almost like everyone can go to hell. Mm-hmm. Me. Like that's narcissistic.
The thing about a narcissist is that they don't have their own source of power. They take it from others. Yeah. And that's how they put themselves on a pedestal by putting you so low. That's what a narcissist does. And whether they're aware of it or not, they're using manipulative tactics such as gaslighting and that need for validation. Yeah. Like that's why you need to get in tune with, do I need validation? Am I susceptible to be gaslit? Because that is something that could be weaponized against you.
And it's all, and like there's so many ways to be narcissistic in a way. Like, and a man and a woman, they're so different. You know what I mean? Because a woman will be a narcissist in a way where using her self-image, using her love, her charm, in a way a man can be narcissistic where they're so like charmastic, they make you feel like you're in a fantasy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
that's just the ideal one. I'm not saying every woman is like that, every man narcissistic is like that. I'm just saying that's just the most ideal that I've seen.
I have to go. I'm gonna let you finish while I eat my food. Keep going, ladies, and talk, and I'm just gonna heat my food up.
Always show me your
Wait, they're gonna get to food next, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're
Show
getting
me
into
meal
food.
prep.
And today, if for weird foods, I'm gonna contribute. Today, I have ground beef, broccoli, and some ranch. It's not that weird, but
Yeah.
but I want
Today,
to.
today she showed me this weird food combination. I was like, what? It's what is it?
Beef, rice, and banana.
A
It's
banana.
So good.
It's
the
like
sweet and
sweet,
salty. Yes, sweet and salty combination. Don't knock it before you try it. Another thing is, it's kind of similar to like Dominican food in a way. So yeah, just really
Dude,
get.
it's so good. Honestly, weird food combos. We should look some up
Yeah.
for nutrition, like good ones. Do you know any more of them?
No, like what Jacob said, I've been doing ranch and hot sauce together.
Ranch
Like make my own.
like sriracha sauce, like chipotle. It's kind of just like that, like weird.
similar.
Mhm.
Nothing else out of the ordinary that I would say I've had as of late.
But we should try like these weird
Okay,
ones.
let's say if we would eat them or not.
It says peanut butter and carrots,
Mm,
avocado, dark chocolate,
No,
peanut. That sounds pretty bomb.
I'm not doing it before.
That
I try
sounds
it.
pretty bomb. Avocado and dark chocolate.
Okay, wait, no, actually, I can't talk mess because I've done that in a protein smoothie or protein shake.
Right?
In a protein
In a
shake, I
protein
put like
shake.
frozen avocado and then I put like
Put, like
chocolate.
chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate whey protein.
Peanut butter and carrots.
So I can't even.
Peanut butter and carrots.
Interesting.
Have you had carrots with salt and pepper
No. Well, like kind of
and
like
like
on the
lemon
side, like on the side.
and lemon? Dude, do it. Get a carrot, shave it.
Or like a raw carrot,
Like
not
a
like
raw-
bits.
No, a raw carrot. Like
Uh-huh.
shave it.
Uh-huh.
Put lemon.
Mhm.
Put some salt and pepper.
Ooh,
So good. And maybe like
okay.
some tahini, but like the low sodium one. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Cottage
Yes.
cheese and salsa, popcorn and natural yeast.
You know,
Nutritional yeast. I've heard a lot of.
in the
people
name of
use
this
that.
weirdness, I'm gonna put in some dehydrated strawberries into my beef, just in the name of weirdness. That's the topic.
Hey, try it
Give
with
us
the ranch.
one. Give us one.
With the rock.
Give us one.
Get some Jane.
Oh, thank you.
Dude, they're so good. Try it.
Where'd you get this?
Sprouts.
Nice. I love that place.
Cool,
But
cool.
another thing I would say is that I've seen a lot of people use nutritional yeast in their food to help hit their fitness goals and their macros.
Dude, rip. I don't like this one. Greek yogurt and hot sauce. Ew, dude.
Mm,
Maybe on chicken.
plain Greek yogurt.
On hot sauce.
Plain Greek yogurt. It's like kind of like a
chicken
sour
though?
cream, if that makes sense.
With chicken though.
Yeah, and you mix it all up, like, and it's like an ultimate hack. That's
Have you
another
had-
hack that
Have you
people
had
do.
watermelon and feta cheese?
No, I don't think so.
It's so good.
Cucumber and
Watermelon and feta? That's interesting. That's a unique.
Cucumber and tuna is not that different. Like I feel like
No,
I've
that's
done that in like a wrap,
Sweet
and like
potato and almond
a
butter.
salad.
Oh, good.
Sweet
Did you
potato
want
and
almond
with cinnamon.
Okay, that sounds good.
Mm.
I like sweet potato.
Soy sauce and oatmeal.
Mm.
What the freak?
Well, you have to remember, like they're not saying that the oatmeal's sweetened. If that makes sense. Like it's just like regular oatmeal.
Mm.
It doesn't
Yeah.
come. You know what I mean?
It is weird. Maybe
I don't know
like
what else you
chicken.
put in it. Yeah, like yeah, with
And
chicken.
the chicken,
Yeah.
cocoa, and black beans, pasta and spinach, mashed cauliflower and avocado.
Pasta and spinach is not that weird. I don't know why they would say that.
Right, that's not weird. All right.
Like I literally had this
I
meal
like
prep
the
with
weird
that.
one. I feel like the weirdest one is like peanut butter and carrots,
Yeah, that's definitely interesting.
And I felt that kind of weird. Kind of like bitter and
yogurt and mustard,
Cauliflower rice and what does it say?
and apple slices.
Cauliflower rice is good if you're trying to hit a low calorie.
yeah, it's
But
great, but
it's-
it's so bland.
Yes, exactly.
You add
So
hella
if you're-
seasoning. in
If
that.
you're trying to like cut back on.
When I was
calories
dieting
and stuff-
hardcore, I would eat cauliflower
Yeah,
rice.
no, you have to switch out your actual rice for cauliflower.
But I doubt you'd
rice
know anything about that.
because it's low. Excuse me?
Huh?
Excuse me?
What?
You want to say that again?
What did you say?
I was eating to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's such.
He's such a narcissist.
a
Oh.
narcissistic gaslighter. He didn't even validate what I was trying to say, even though I didn't hear
Would
him.
you say it again, please?
What?
Would you say it
What'd
again?
you say?
I don't know. What'd you say?
I don't know. You're not.
Gaslight him right now. Balsamic vinegar and strawberries. That's not that weird because I've had that in salads. You know what I mean? Maybe like on its own that would be weird.
What?
He's maniacally laughing and I don't like it. Like, what is he planning?
Did I know?
I'm just laughing at the situation. That was funny. I laughed.
For you.
For you. Olive oil and vanilla ice cream.
I
It's
don't
like a
even know what to
sweet,
say.
savory one.
I mean, I guess I like sweet savory.
Dude, but the banana one and the rice and the beef.
Mm.
So
She tried it. Would you give it 1 out of 10?
an 8.
Yeah, it's good for sure.
Yeah, but on overall closing,
Don't knock it before you try it.
I'm not gonna be to try it.
Unless
Always
you
take
know you
risks.
don't like one of the foods. Like, you're a picky eater.
All right, thank
I'm a
you.
picky eater.
I really enjoyed this one so much. I'm Jacob Adams.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Danny.
Peace.
I was gonna stop it.